Narcissistic abuse awakens you to your own personality. It opens your eyes to what you truly want, what you truly need, and who you truly are in this life. And this can be an encouraging message for you. Let's talk. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. Also, the Royal We private membership is available for you. This is where you can have access to speak with me on a daily basis. There is daily support for you. There's a community of people around the world who are ready to meet you. There is a workout program that is custom made just for you. There's plenty of affirmations, all within a private Royal We membership app. So head on down there and get started right now. Now, let's talk about this awakening that is unique to you and to your personality. You see, narcissistic abuse is a little bit different for everybody. Yes, narcissists use the same tactics when it comes to things like gaslighting and criticizing and demeaning and devaluing and love bombing and all the things that we learn about within the narcissistic abuse community. But there's one thing that's different about each and every situation. And I can say this because I've been coaching you all for the past decade. And here it is. Everybody's journey is going to be different because all of you are unique and different. And it's not just about the pain of dealing with narcissistic abuse. Your healing journey depends on your own unique awakening to who you are. And so this is why your story looks different than another person's. When you experience narcissistic abuse, it is a journey that forces you to confront things about yourself that you may have never confronted before. You may have never even realized or accepted before. It's a painful process. Because up until that point in time, perhaps you have been denying yourself of who you truly are. And then you get into a toxic relationship and you're still denying yourself of who you truly are. But at some point, when you deal with narcissistic abuse, the pain gets so great in your life, not just the pain of dealing with the narcissistic abuse, not just the pain of the criticisms, not just the pain of the put downs, not just the pain of the betrayal, but the pain of having never truly expressed and lived a life of authenticity according to who and what you truly are. This becomes one of the most painful things about the journey that you're on. The good news in all of this is, having now dealt with narcissistic abuse, whether you know it or not, whether you like it or not, you have already started to step in to these things about you, these intricacies about who you are. For some of you, narcissistic abuse that you've experienced might have revealed a true inner strength, a resilience, a determination, a voice that you have had buried, perhaps all of your life. Let's think about this for a moment. Many of you, myself included, were brought up in homes where we are punished for doing this, punished for doing that, told not to talk back, on and on, yada, yada. And then we go to public schools where we're told to sit still, be quiet, listen to the teacher. And then we're told to go to jobs where we're told to do what we're told, and on and on and on. I could go on forever. You get the point. It makes sense, and it's no wonder that we get involved in this relationship, and many by default just get involved and start doing what we're told. Starting to appease. How many of you have been there? You find yourself in a relationship with the toxic person, just appeasing them, doing what you're told, being a good little girl, being a good little boy. But there's a fire that's burning inside of you that wants to say, stand up, fight, say something back. And it happens when you start to realize that you're in a toxic relationship with a narcissistic person who starts to demean you, starts to devalue you, starts to put you down, starts to criticize you, starts to push you and poke you and force you till you get to this point where you realize that you can have the voice to say, I'm done. And it can be challenging. Many of you do this and you feel somewhat guilty, but guess what? You did it anyways. You can see how it's starting to build the resilience and the strength that you've always possessed, you've just never expressed it. And the moment you tell the narcissistic person no more, guess what you've done? You've exercised that strength. You finally broke that chain that had you in relationships throughout your life saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, whatever you want. Okay, I'll give in to you. I'll appease you. Whatever makes you happy. You are finally breaking that chain, standing on your own, saying, I'm not doing that anymore. Don't call me. Don't come over. Don't even talk to me anymore. There's a newfound strength and a newfound resilience, and no matter how awkward it might seem, no matter how guilty you might feel about exercising this, understand that this is a part of the true you. It's a part of you that's been suppressed. It's been buried. Perhaps you've never truly explored your ability to stand. Listen, I've done it, and it's amazing. The ability to stand against an entire family of in-laws that wanted to come at me and attack me because they wanted me to fit into their family back when I first got married, and my ability after years of being demeaned and devalued to say, I didn't marry into your family. I married to become a family. Y'all can beat it. Bye. Sorry, not sorry. As opposed to in the beginning, when I was there saying, whatever you want, I'm just trying to appease you. I just want to make sure you're happy. Do you see the difference? You have this voice too. The strength and the resilience is one thing. But for others of you, you might be rediscovering for the first time your passions, your interests, your hobbies, and it's different now. You see, narcissistic abuse has a way of causing you to suppress all of your desires, all of your passions, all of your true interests, all the things that bring you joy. And by the way, this is what causes you to become bitter and resentful. You see, you don't become bitter and resentful because a narcissistic person starts criticizing you, calling you names. That's not what bitterness and that's not where resentment comes from. Where true bitterness and resentment comes from is from yourself within when you stop living according to who you are. This is what causes you to grow bitter. This is what causes you to grow resentful because you know you're not being the best version of you. And so typically, narcissistic abuse will push you into this place where you eventually start missing and longing for these bits of you, these things that you enjoy, the art, the music, the dance, the singing, the talking with people. Whatever it is that is a intricate part of you, you're going to grab onto these things that the narcissistic person has caused you to give up and suppress so that you can please them instead. You reach this place of bitterness and resentment where now you realize, I need these things. So you bring them back into your life. Some of you more slower than others. I know for me, it's taken me almost a decade to start to bring in all the things that make me excited, including my love for music, including my motorcycle, including other things that I brought back into my life. But here's the best part is when you do bring these things back into your life, all the things that you gave up for that toxic relationship, when you bring these things back, it's with a newfound appreciation. It's with a newfound understanding of how important these things are. And what you're really appreciating is you. You're appreciating how God has designed you. You're appreciating all of the things that make you unique. You bring these things back into your life and you hang on to them, and you have this newfound understanding. No narcissistic person is going to ever take these things away from me again. As a matter of fact, anybody who comes into my life had best accept that this is me. Motorcycle and all. Having a cigar and all. Dancing and all. Music and all. Talking and all. And anybody who comes into my life who is not down for any of these things, well, we don't have to get that close. That's fine. But never again will I drop the person that I am. Never again will I buy into this stupid mindset of I must die to myself so I can make somebody else happy. By the way, that is a nonsensical twist of Christian teaching where people run around saying, I got to die to myself so I can glorify God, which turned into over time, I got to die to myself so I can make other people happy. Wrong. Don't do that to yourself. God doesn't want you to do that to yourself. God would rather say, instead of dying to yourself for somebody else, how about you hold out for the person that I have for you? The person, it's not going to require you to die for yourself. The person who wants you alive in everything that you are, in everything that you do, so they can join you. No more dying to ourselves for narcissistic, toxic people who want you to serve them. Amen? Remember, this journey is highly personal. The things that you discover about yourself in this process is unique to you. Embrace these things. Celebrate these things. For once, for the first time in your life, celebrate who you are coming out of narcissistic abuse. It's this celebration of who you are that's going to allow you to find good, healthy relationships, people who are going to celebrate you right alongside with you, and you can celebrate them. Understand that your journey is going to look different than that person's and that person's. It's not going to look identical. This may be why you're having a hard time connecting with certain people, even though they've experienced the same thing as you, even though they understand narcissistic abuse, they may not resonate with you. And this is because your personal journeys are different. Your uniqueness is different. The things you need to embrace may not look like the same things that they need to embrace. But let me tell you something. I am grateful that you are here with me, and I am ready to embrace your uniqueness and what sets your healing journey apart. So as I said before, head on down to the description box and schedule that time with me right now. Let's talk about your unique journey, where you're going. Especially those of you who are struggling to embrace certain things about yourself that narcissistic abuse has exposed. Don't be guilty. Don't live with shame anymore. You have no reason to. You have no reason to feel guilt. You have no reason to feel shame when it comes to embracing everything that you are. Head on down there, schedule some time with me. Don't forget the Royal We Private membership, where you have access to daily support, weekly fellowship, weekly backstage pass, a daily workout program that is custom made just for you, all within a private membership app, so you don't have to worry about people finding out who don't need to find out. It is private. Head on down there, and I will be back with more videos right here on the Royal We. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, because that's the only way that this message gets shared. All right? Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future Royal We content. And before you leave, check out one of these videos right here recommended by the YouTube algorithm, because it knows what you've been watching. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.